Dit programma wordt mede mogelijk gemaakt door het International Film Festival Rotterdam.
Welkom bij Big Talk. De hele week is Rotterdam al in de ban van het International Film Festival. Vanavond spreekt Hans Maarten van der Brink met de Duitse regisseur Christiaan Petzhold over zijn oorlogsthriller Phoenix. Een spannend, psychologisch en historisch drama over een vrouw die het concentratiekamp overleefde en in Berlijn op zoek gaat naar haar man. Heeft hij haar verraden of niet?
Ich kann nicht nach Palästina. Ich bin keine Jüdin. Doch, das bist du, ob du willst oder nicht. Die wollten dich umbringen, weil du eine Jüdin bist. Ich suche Johnny. Er arbeitet hier.
Where are the girls? Huh? Something is missing.
Wir können Geld verdienen, viel Geld. Sie sehen jemandem sehr ähnlich.
Wem?
Meiner Frau.
Vielleicht lebt sie ja noch.
Sie ist tot.
Die wollen Nelly sehen und keine zerstörte Lagerinsassen. Daran arbeiten wir hier.
Du bist bei ihm? Ja. Sie sind hier gewesen an dem Tag, als Nelly verhaftet wurde?
Wer sagt das?
Das ist dann meine Wiederkehr.
Und dann will er gleich an den Geld.
Helene, ich weiß, dass er sie liebt.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to Rotterdam, Mr. Petzhold. It's your second time, and the first time you just told me was 12 years ago for 85 people.
Yeah, I remember they changed the voucher in Schiphol. There was an experimental filmmaker besides me, and he received my voucher for the Sheraton Hotel, or Hilton Hotel, and I have a hotel 10 kilometers outside of Rotterdam.
Mm-hmm. And you don't consider yourself an experimental filmmaker who needs
it was not
a room
bad.
outside of Rotterdam?
No, I think it's Rotterdam behavior.
I just want to say you multiplied with a factor 10 your audience.
Ah, that's right. It makes me very nervous. I'm a stage frighter since 8 years.
And you told me your English is not perfect.
My English is poor.
Which is an absolute lie, but we agreed that
but
if it gets too difficult, you will speak German and I will translate.
I had neat teachers like you.
You don't know about my teachers. Let's forget that. We will not give away the story, of course. Spoilers. But talk about the theme and how the film came into being. So let's begin at the beginning. If you have quite a considerable oeuvre already of feature films. Does it generally begin with a story that you want to make into a film, or is there an idea for which you are looking for a story?
Sometimes it's not.
And what was it in this case? Let's be concrete.
In this case, it's the first time there was a novel. I never used novels. I hate to make films out of literature. There's a sentence by Hitchcock: you can only make a film out from bad literature.
From bad literature.
That's right. And it was not so bad, this novel, and therefore it costs me a little bit work to make it bad. And mostly there are little scenes. I saw once in a hospital, I saw a young woman, and she's in front of a coffee machine. And she threw in €2 or so, and then the coffee is coming. This Douwe Egberts machines, you know it. Douwe Egberts. Yeah. They're all in the world. The worst coffee I ever. It's brown water. Yeah.
They're not a sponsor, are they?
No, I don't think so. And then the coffee is coming, and the woman is going 10 meters to a window, and starts something to do, and goes away from the window, and you see on the window that she has been crying. Yeah?
And that is how a film with you might start, with just a picture and you don't know what it means.
And she goes away, and the coffee machine from Douwe Egberts make bad noises. Ow, ow! Yeah, the coffee is ready. Your coffee is ready, fresh brewed. And but she ignores it and goes away, and another guy takes this coffee. Yeah, and start to drink, and she comes back, and her eyes are filled up with tears, and she said to the guy, "That's my coffee." And this scene I like very much.
And the guy says, we have to stop meeting this way.
Yeah, and this was the beginning of Wolfsburg, for example. Yeah?
Okay. But in this case, there was, so that was how you begin to develop a story, if you write a scenario, probably. But in this case, there was already a full-fledged story, a novel. What attracted you in it?
Yes, without spoiling.
Without spoiling, well,
Shit.
we can give away, because it's in the catalog and publicity. It is about somebody who has her face changed and comes from a concentration camp.
I think it's something to do with all these stories I've read by Jean Amery or Hannah Arendt. They come back to Germany after the Holocaust, and nobody wants to see them. Nobody wants to hear their stories. Nobody wants to see them with all their wounds and all their traumatic things. They're ignoring their history in Germany. They make fantastic films only with mountains and fresh people and no problems and they don't want to talk with them. And when I read this story, I read a story about a survivor who wants to recreate itself, or with the help of her husband, and this I like very much. Yeah? So I have a laboratorium, and you see in the movie later there's a basement like a laboratorium of Dr. Frankenstein. Yeah? But it's not a Frankenstein. It's a man who wants to create a woman. Yeah? And this is for me something to do with cinema. Laboratorium, mad scientists, and men create women. And after 26 days of shooting, Nina Hoss said to me, what this guy is doing
Nina
to
Hoss
me.
is the main character,
character,
the woman.
Yeah, what this guy Johnny is doing with me in this basement is the same that you as a director do to me. Yeah, and therefore I have to think about.
I was thinking it is about faces and about reconstructing faces, and that you can. There's dialogue in the film that says, "Hey, but it's great to have a new face because you can lead a new life, maybe." But then it shows that you can have a new face, but what's underneath, the life that's underneath, doesn't change. So it's also a metaphor for.
It's a metaphor. It's of something.
It's both literal and a metaphor.
That's right. A face is your. Passports, face. You go to America, they want to see your face, they make photos of your face. The face is your identity.
There's the English word interface.
Interface, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Interface.
Yeah.
My son is a gamer, he always used interface. Yeah?
Now you know what it is.
yeah. Okay, interface, and so the face is your identity, but her face is plastic surgery, it's rebuilt. It's not her face. It's very interesting that we have no mirrors. The actors have fear for the mirrors, like Nosferatu or Dracula. They have no face. Dracula, he can't see his face in the mirror. Nosferatu is the same. And
are you talking about your actors or the characters in the film?
It's mixed.
No.
It's with the characters, not the actors. Yeah? And so this is a movie. It's always in the night. Yeah? You can see that Nelly, Nina Hoss, the main actress, her journeys are in the night, like a vampire, like someone who's half dead, half not dead. My English is good. Yes,
it's very good. It's very good so far. Yeah.
And
high marks.
Oh, come on. This is not very good. I know. I have a friend in Berlin, Christoph. Yeah? And 3 days before I go to Rotterdam, I talk with him 10 minutes English to improve,
practice.
To practice, and said how. I was very proud because it's getting better every day, I think. And he said it's terrible. Yeah?
That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Let me get back to the story and about the theme of the film. It's quite an interesting week to show it now, this movie, where we remember 70 years of the liberation of Auschwitz. I think you once said that you were not interested in making films about the German past.
Yes.
Well,
that's right.
What happened?
There was a car accident. No. No, we are in Germany. We are surrounded by pictures of the Third Reich role. Hitler is the entertainers, our Elvis Presley, and all the actors in Germany. They want to play SS people, for example. Yeah, they like it with a new haircut yeah, and so with uniforms and so. And I
This is a third generation thing, I think,
Yeah.
not a first generation.
No, I think
no,
so.
okay.
Yeah, they like it because it's very easy to play a bad guy with. Also, the American guys they like to play it It's because we have a cliché of Nazis, and I can't stand that. And I start with this movie.
And a famous Dutch writer once wrote, let's be honest, they had the best uniforms. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
So it's a cliché, and that's why you didn't want to make a film concerning World War
the
II.
uniforms are made by Boss.
Hugo Boss, yeah.
Hugo Boss,
Yeah.
And the
Okay, we've got Douwe Egberts now, we've got Hugo Boss.
Yes, yeah.
You have to be a bit careful here.
Yeah, and the coats in the concentration camps by Neckermann, Josef Neckermann. Yeah? So just
Anybody book a holiday here? Okay. We have to stay on the course, Christiaan.
Yeah, but I want to.
Why didn't you want to make a...
Yeah.
Because you thought everybody's doing it, it's a cliché.
Yeah.
What changed in your mind?
It's the same like in Barbara. In Barbara, I don't want to show any portrait of Erich Honecker. Yeah?
Barbara is a previous film that plays in the former German Democratic Republic.
That's right.
Before the fall of the wall.
And I don't want to make a movie with Hakenkreuz and SS. I want to, because we haven't got films about survivors in Germany and about the time after the Second World War. We are not interested in this kind of movies. We are more interested in the entertainment of the fascists. Huh? And this I don't like. I never want to. I can't make films with fascists. I'm really sure. I can't stand that. Huh? I don't know how to discuss with the actor. I don't know what I can tell him. I don't know. And on the other, or comedy. This is possible, like Lubitsch or so. This is great, but not a real movie, a real tragedy or something like that.
But the way you were telling it is that there's a reason for me at first not wanting to make it. Too much has been done. But the way you're telling it now, it is part of another big theme in German art, literature, films, and society, which they call Vergangenheitsbewältigung. We have to come to terms with the past. Was that a conscious idea, not only telling a story, but yes, I want to be a part of that discussion? How do we deal with our history in society?
I know this German word Vergangenheitsbewältigung means you make one movie and then the history is gone. Yeah?
No, it's a process. You make.
Yeah, but you're not in Germany. Huh?
Okay, that's true.
And we have so many pedagogical movies in Germany, where you can see one good German, or two good Germans, and so we as a pupil or a student, we have to see many of those films. But the most important movie was Nacht und Nebel, Nuit et Brouillard by Alain René. And this was not a pedagogical movie. And it
was a documentary. It's
a documentary. And this kind of movies we haven't got in Germany. Yeah? And when 1958 this movie was in Cannes, Nuit et Brouillard by Alain René was in Cannes, the Germans said we are leaving the festival if the movie is screened. 1958. And it costs 3 more years before Fritz Bauer, the lawyer the film is dedicated to, you will see in 7 minutes.
I keep watch
the big talk. You keep watching. I was so afraid about the word big talk, about 850 people, and I'm sitting in front on a stage, and this was too much. I tried to have a power nap in the hotel. I've got it. Can't
you know what? I'll help you by reading my next question, because you just brought up Alain René and a film that made a worldwide impression. Still is. I even wrote here. This is probably a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it now, and we get to the process of filmmaking. Wouldn't you want it to have made the film in black and white?
No.
Why not?
I can say when you. There was
one.
one.
You get the custom. If you see René or Rossellini, German, Deutschland Stunde Null, it's all you get the seedy atmosphere. Everything is in ruins, and color is already a bit more luxurious.
Yeah, but now the German invented a color material by Agfa. It's a little bit like Technicolor, the same system, and during our research we have seen so many color films of Berlin 1945, and there's one thing I was very, very impressed by. This is a 45-second film you can see on YouTube. It's the theme, not the subject. The title. The title is German Girl 45. It's a raped girl, 16, 17 years old, on a street, and she's running onto the cameraman. I think it's Sam Fuller. And you see, she's totally traumatic, and I think Sam Fuller's given her a card, deck of cards, because he has nothing more here. It's color, and you see a deep red, a fantastic green, and you know that they're working with a color material, and so I think we had. Black and white makes it nostalgic, makes it history.
Suggest authenticity.
Yeah. Suggest Vergangenheitsbewältigung.
Okay. That
fantastic
one is yours.
German words when you hear it, when you're speaking English for 16 minutes now. Then
I'm going to confiscate your words pretty soon.
And then you hear German words. It's fantastic. Vergangenheitsbewältigung.
Yeah.
I like this.
I did prepare.
Yeah. It's a good word. When all words in German who are connected by 3 words, are bad. Zylinderkopfdichtung. When you hear that word, it costs you 3,000 euros because your car is broken.
Okay, getting back to the film.
Yeah, because I must say, it's for me, it's hard to speak before the movie. You make it fantastic, but for me, it's...
So let's speak about the actors who are well versed in clichés about Nazism, and maybe even about how do they wie bewältigen die ihre Rolle. I think you have a special way of preparing them, not method acting, get the feeling from inside, but listening to music and reading.
Yeah, that's right.
Why is that, and how does it work?
I must say, during the interviews this morning, sometimes it's so, you have 5, 6 interviews, and then you know something more you have forgotten. You remember something you have forgotten. And I've forgotten very...
It's new to them.
It's new to me too, this morning. It was so, Nina Hoss, for example, the actress, who's playing the main part, she is method acting, but for herself, she's working very hard. She has a coach for a body, my God, wie heißen die denn?
Diets.
Diet coach, eating coach, So for 3 or 4 months, she's looking to films for learning to walk like 45, And also Ronald Zerfeld has a coach and they are working very naturalized to their. But
then you add something, which is books and music.
Yeah.
Which books, which music?
That's right. And then 1 week before we start shooting, we have a rehearsal week, and we have 5 or 6 movies. We went to a cinema. The first movie was by Jacques Demy, Les Mademoiselles de Rochefort. It's a musical with Catherine Deneuve and Françoise d'Orléac, her sister, who died 1 year later, and Michel Piccoli and Gene Kelly, and it's one of my favorite movies. And in this movie, you can feel the Algiers War. You can feel also Jacques Demy's Jewish identity.
You can feel it, but it's not in the movie.
It's not. It's a little bit.
Or
in
not
the
in the
movie.
scenario.
It's not in the scenario, but it's like it's there without pedagogical Vergangenheitsbewältigung finger. And I showed this movie to the actors and said, this kind of movie we can't see in Germany in the 60s. For example, it's from the 60s. This movie, because we haven't had Neorealism. We haven't had. We try to bewältigen der Vergangenheit, not to make this process, to live it, to look, take a camera and look. Who are we? The Italians, they have the Neorealism. Rossellini, Visconti, Fellini. They took the cameras and said, "What kind of country are we? What is it? This? What is our country? We have fascism. We have the Duce. We have the Republic Salo, we have bad fascists, but who are we?
So you create all that surrounding for your actors, so that they can do the scenario that doesn't have that music in it or
Yeah.
those books
Yeah.
to act better.
Yeah, Nina called it a suitcase, yeah, for a voyage. She has a suitcase and she put the material. Yeah? The other movie was the Letter of an Unknown Woman by Max Ophüls, or I have literature by Alexander Kluge. Ein Liebesversuch was one of the best.
Filmmaker and writer
Filmmaker,
from Munich.
Yeah, from Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, whatever.
Yeah. Munich? Yeah, but he's living in Munich, you're
Yeah,
right,
see?
you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Um,
Yeah, that's right, but I don't... So, this was the material. Yeah? When we are talking, we have photos, we have mood rooms made by the man who... what's the name in English? The man who create the stages.
The set dresser.
Set dresser. And he made 2 or 3 rooms, mood rooms with photos and films, where the actors can go around like in a museum. And then we went for a 2-day voyage, the journey.
Before shooting?
Before shooting, because all the places we have built, the cabaret club, the hospital, and I showed them to the actors. They have their costumes, but not the mask, but the costumes, and they can go through these rooms and sit down for hours to have a physical impression.
And this is all before you actually start shooting?
Before I actually start.
Okay.
And then I start shooting, and I threw away the first day of shooting completely because this was a bad mistake. I tried to make a Vergangenheitsbewältigungstag, and I have to destroy it.
We have a motive, and I have 2 more questions for you. One is, you just mentioned it, walking. It sort of plays a role in the film, and I can't get my hands on it. Well, it is, of course, the expression walk in somebody else's shoes, very literal.
Yeah.
What does walking say about a certain time or a certain period?
Walking. Good question. I think walking is something to do I missed in the German cinema in the 50s and the 60s. Yeah? So nobody's walking there. Everybody is sitting and talking. Yeah? The Germans are in Italy and make fantastic holidays. But walking is, for me, American cinema. Yeah? It's because walking is a passage. Walking is something where it's also a body expression. There's something happened with the body. It's a monologue. Yeah?
So apart from teaching on the whole surroundings, you had to teach and pay attention to their walking.
Yeah, and then the shoes you need for walking. It's like this when you have actresses, when they're coming to the costume rehearsal. Yeah? The only thing they want to see is the shoes. Yeah? And I said, like Ismela Marcos, and I said to them, the shoes are never in the picture. You never see the shoes of the stars. I can't remember the shoes of Romy Schneider or so. Yeah? But then Nina told me the shoes are the walking. It's not
almost the character and the role.
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
You make films. They're almost always touching on political questions of society, but also on love, of course. If you want to have an influence, shouldn't you be in television instead of cinema?
Because the audience is bigger?
Yeah, audience is bigger, the role in society is bigger. Well, except for these lovely people.
Yeah. But
short answer.
That's enough.
Short answer. Enough for you? No, you want more than just tell a story.
Yeah, cinema, for me, it's a place. You will see that film had something to do with dreams. Yeah, Phoenix or Yella, it's also something to do with dreams, and I think the cinema it's a place where we are physically with our body, but our imagination is far away. It's a little bit like half dream, half reality. Yeah? And this I have never had in front of a TV set.
So it will influence in another way. Well, thank you. I think you could become quite good at this, you know? With the interview, yeah. We'll keep on practicing. Thank you for your attention and have a wonderful screening.
De nachtfilm die u zo gaat zien heet Love Conquers All, een Maleisische film uit 2006. Een jonge vrouw komt naar Kuala Lumpur om daar te gaan werken voor haar tante. Daar voelt ze zich steeds meer aangetrokken tot John, die zich al snel ontpopt als pooier.
Dit programma werd mede mogelijk gemaakt door het International Film Festival Rotterdam.